G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video. This time we're going to be looking at some of the Marvel United, the original sort of core set, or I guess the original sort of Kickstarter run with the the promo stuff there, because we're going to be looking at Kingpin, and we've got Iron Fist and Shang Chi as well. So let's have a look at Kingpin. So here we see his model here. He's quite quite the imposing figure sort of thing. So yeah, I thought he'd be a fun one. I thought we'd put him in New York police headquarters there to start things off, so to show that he's got some connections there at the police headquarters. Basically sort of owns everything in town. And then I haven't quite got these guys both fully painted. I do have a painted Iron Fist here. With his shirt off there. Decided to go with the shirt off rather than the full sort of green costume there. So that's Iron Fist. He's going to be taking on Kingpin, and so will Shang-Chi. I haven't quite finished painting him. We've got sort of most of his colours on there, but have to sort of add some highlights and that sort of thing. And I haven't done his base as well, but he's on the way. So got those two guys. Just the two of them today, not a full complement of four. Just thought I'd try and keep things a little bit easier for me to try and wrap my head around. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so getting back into it. You'll notice I've also got another model on the board here, but this is actually just a henchman. This is it Bullseye? I think his name's Bullseye. I think I actually had him on the wrong spot there, actually, just a little while ago, but he is the one and only henchman that Kingpin brings in as part of his mission or his scenario. So I think I had him in Times Square, but he's actually supposed to be in Central Park there. So before we go into the locations in too much detail, let's have a quick look at the dashboard, the villain dashboard here. So this is Kingpin. We'll start off. You'll notice that it says shuffle the 6 plan tokens and place 1 on each location with the number facing up. So we have these plan tokens here. And on the reverse side, oopsie daisy, dropped one. Oh, all right, we're back. So yeah, they have different numbers on the back, 1 to 6. So we'll just shuffle those around a little bit. Can you see that on the camera? Yep. There we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, and then we'll just put them on the different locations. And one in Kingpin's place to start. So we've got what's that? A 1, a 4, a 2. I was going to say a 9, but that's a 6. We've got 3 here and 5. Okay, so we can see that there. So that's what we have to do to just to start. Okay, and his mission essentially revolves around sort of racing around the locations and enacting some sort of master plan that is based on the sequence of those numbers there. So let's have a look at his. Well, let's start with his villainous plot. So the heroes lose when Kingpin has discarded all 6 plan tokens. So he wants to discard those plan tokens by landing on those spots and basically getting rid of them. Now, in terms of how he does that, well, when a hero is KO'd, Kingpin doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he plays another master plan card. So he's another one of these heroes that doesn't sort of BAM twice, but he does play another card, so he's sort of racing his deck, because besides the villainous plot, he can also win and we can lose by having him just run out of cards that he can't play any more cards from his master plan deck. So not only is he racing through his deck like that, but you'll notice that most other villains I think I've played on the channel, at least, when they have this effect here, they place another master plan card out on the storyline, but they place it face down, so they don't actually get to do an extra turn. They just sort of racing through their deck, whereas he's going through his deck fast, but he's also getting to enact the entire second master plan card, so he can potentially play 2 or 3 or maybe even more master plan cards in a single turn, which is quite nasty, especially considering that I think the way that he lands on these different spots is he probably goes to specific locations, I'm guessing. So yeah, the more cards he gets out, the more likely he is to go around and land on these spots, I'm guessing. So let's see, BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in Kingpin's location. So, and this all ties in with this, because essentially what he does is when he bams, he does damage to you, and then he sort of races this track, or races this effect here, by KOing you. So the more damage he does through his bam, the more likely he is to sort of be KOing heroes. So that's not good. And then, of course, with the overflow effect, civilians and thugs can't be, if they can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to each hero in that location. So again, more damage being done to us, and allowing him to keep playing master plan cards out, which is not what we're looking for. We're only playing with the 2, so he's got 6 health that he comes in with, so hopefully I've set that up correctly. And I probably should mention that Bullseye comes in at 5 health, so he's sitting on 5 there. Let's just have a look here. Yep, we've got the 6 health there. We'll set that up. So we're ready to go with him. We're not playing with any different missions in this mission, or in this battle I should say. So we've got the rescue civilians, defeat thugs, and clear threats as standard. We can do these in any order, and essentially the first one we get through will allow us, well, basically doesn't do anything for us, but helps the villain essentially, meaning they're under pressure and they're going to be acting every 2 hero cards instead of 3. The villain, once we've achieved 2 out of the 3 missions, then the villain actually becomes vulnerable and we can start to damage him. And if for some reason we're still trying to achieve the missions, I guess, while that happens, we can also get rid of the last one, and that's going to, what's the word? It's going to let us heal, essentially. Let's just draw another card up, which in this game is essentially healing us because our decks are our health. Okay, so let's see. We've got Kingpin's deck ready to go. Let's have a look at his location. So I've just chucked a bunch of sort of New York themed or city based locations. So like we've already seen that he's starting out at the headquarters. Where are the heroes? The heroes are starting in the Daily Bugle. We've got New York, Brooklyn Bridge, Central Park, and Times Square here. So all sort of thematically tied together. If we start with Bullseye and his threat here, or his version of the threat card, when Kingpin bams, Bullseye will also bam, and he will deal a damage to each hero in this location and both adjacent ones. Plus he'll also discard civilians from each of these locations without heroes. So if we're not in that spot to absorb the damage, he's going to be erasing the civilians, making it harder for us to rescue them, I guess. So yeah, he's one of those ones that can sort of affect a wide area across the playing zone. So that's him. Ooh, I did forget to put out these little threat tokens as well, so let's put them out while we're talking about the other one. So here's another one of his cards here. This is Corrupted Elite Thugs. Any civilians in this location is immediately turned into a thug, and then each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. So in this spot here, thugs are going to be really tricky to take out, and if we have a look here, this is going to be tricky for overflowing. We've got 2 spots that were supposed to be civilians, but I've immediately flipped them and turned them into thugs because of that effect there. So that's quite tricky. And let's see. Alright, we'll pop them out here, and last one. There we go. So those are the 2 sort of unique threats. The other threats there come in sets of 2. So essentially, oh, and they seem to be, yeah, so we've got 2 here and 2 here. So the bottom 2 here are secrets. So all of these are going to require heroics to complete, so 3 heroics. This one here, as long as this threat is in play, any rescued civilians are discarded instead of being placed on the mission card. So that's quite nasty. So that means essentially, until we get rid of both of these cards, it's a waste of time rescuing civilians in terms of going through the mission, unless you're just worried about, I guess, sort of keeping the overflow threat down, which is actually very important as well. But it just means, we've only got so many heroic and so many strength or strength tokens or actions in our decks. So if we're spending them but not actually working towards the missions, that could mean that we just run out of actions later in the game when it counts, sort of thing. So that's quite tricky. It seems like we really have to work hard on getting rid of these threats to make anything else that we do worthwhile later in the game. So let's have a look here. We've got connections. As long as this threat is in play, any defeated thugs are discarded immediately. So this is the same effect. Again, requires heroics to get rid of, but it makes the thugs sort of not worthwhile taking out, or less worthwhile taking out until we can clear both of these cards. So there's 2 of this card and 2 of the secrets one as well. So connections and secrets. Yikes! All right, Kingpin, he seems like a tricky one. So we'll see how we go. I think I always say I'm not sure how this is going to go. So, and again, I'm not sure. So we have Shang Chi. I guess I have his deck out the front there. So I guess we're starting with him. Well, he doesn't have any starting hand cards or anything like that, being from the original run of Marvel United. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to start with 3. Got to remember to always forget to draw a card at the beginning of their turns, don't I? So we've got the 3 cards here. What's he got? He's got a single star. He's got a move and a punch. And he's got a star and a punch. And this one here, double. So Master Martial Arts, double each punch on the previous hero card in the storyline. Okay, that's pretty good, except thugs aren't going to be that worthwhile at the moment, are they? Okay, so we've got to shuffle. Let's shuffle these Iron Fist cards. So you'll notice that on the artwork here he's wearing his shirt. So 1, 2, 3. Put that there. What have we got here? We've got Iron Fist with a move and a punch. Oh, a double wild, that's handy. And then he's also got a one of his special cards, Chi Augmentation. Deal double punch, split as you like in your and adjacent locations, and it comes with a heroic. So they're all pretty good cards, but they're good cards. But I sort of want to be working on these heroics to sort of make them worthwhile down the track. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see what we can do, see how quickly we can get rid of some of these threats, I guess. Alright, so we've looked at both characters, we've got their cards ready to go, I've explained the setup, I think. We know how the villain works. I think we're ready to get into it. So, yeah, strap yourself in for another grueling gameplay video here from the Meeple Monkey. We'll see if I can speed things up and make it a bit quicker for you guys this time, but no promises. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty then. Well, I guess we start with Kingpin. So let's see what he's got in store for us. Okay. He's going to advance the plan. So let's hold that up there. Hopefully you guys can, if I'm holding it steady enough, you can see what that says. So he's going to move, he's going to do a special move, and he'll place him in the location with the lowest numbered plan. Okay. So I think he's already there. Lowest numbered plan location. Yep, oh, well, here you go. He's already, I guess he's advancing the plan, isn't he? He's already won towards his victory there. He is going to BAM, so he's going to deal a damage to anyone who was there, but luckily there is no one there at the moment. He's then going to flood the area with thugs. So he's going to put 2 in his location, which he cannot do. Well, actually, I guess technically he's going to put 2 here. He can't do that. Luckily there's no overflow effect there. He's going to try and do the same thing there. No damage here. So these 2 locations are very dangerous. Or sorry, these 3 locations are very dangerous now in terms of, with their overflow, they're going to be dangerous for us to go into. But I guess we have to deal with that. So they've been filled up. I'll just double check. If one or more tokens can't be added to the location, deal a damage to each hero in that location. Yes, so they're only dangerous if we're in those spots, but we are going to have to get to those spots to get rid of these threats, aren't we? Alright, well there's Kingpin. He's had his first turn. Didn't really damage us too much, but he certainly pretty much established his dominance up that top half of the board, hasn't he? Alright, so how are we going to respond to that? So we've got our 3 cards. I should flip these over so I know which ones are my deck and which ones are my cards that I'm playing with. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, we got the double wild as well. Tempted to save these for later, but I also know that we sort of need to get cracking, don't we? Right. We need to get cracking on clearing these threats. Right, how are we going to do that? Alright, well, there's no punching to be done here, so I'd be tempted to either play just the single star, that one there. I'll remind you I have these two that I started with as well. Hopefully you guys can see that. But I also just drew that, and I'm tempted to go with that one because the heroic and the punch isn't going to really do anything here if I can't move. I can't take out any of these thugs, and even if I did, they wouldn't go towards anything. That wouldn't be as wasteful, I guess, but it's just a single star, and I think I'd like to get more of a move on now. So maybe we'll go with this one, as I almost dropped my cards off the table here. So let's, I mean, it's pretty, we're starting out with easy mode, aren't we? You know, using the card that you only get in easy mode, but let's do it. So we'll use the, now do I need to move? I think I'm just going to get stuck into placing the stars. So for this turn, he's just going to put the 2, there we go. He's going to put the 2 there. Right. Yep. Put the 2 there. Yep, that's what I'll do. And then we'll draw a card. So this is interesting. So we've got a move and a punch. Sorry, not a move and a punch, a heroic and a punch there for old Iron Fist. He also has a move and a punch. He has a double heroic, and then he's got his chi augmentation as well. Now, that's not going to be that effective because we've played wilds previous to that, so they're not technically punches, I'm guessing. So, boy, do we just blow our double wilds just to get a strong start here? Because as quick as we can get rid of these, we can start using our heroics to rescue civilians at least. Yeah, let's not overthink it. Let's do it. Let's get into it. All right. So Iron Fist he's going to do some moves, but I think he might move because we can use one of these wilds. We can do whatever we want, really, can't we? Let's use one of these as a heroic. Let's finish this off here, and then we can move and start on this one. Is that a plan? Yeah, alright, let's do that. So we've successfully completed this mission. Right. 2, 3. Boy, oh boy. Okay, what does this say? Reveal the top card of the master plan deck. You may place it on the bottom. That is a very powerful ability, but I sort of want to, I don't really want to stay here and not do anything, because if I just use the rest of my wilds as rescues, they're not going towards anything. So as much as I really would like to do that activity, or that end of turn action, I think I'm going to move. So alright, he's going to do a flip over here. So we've used one to clear that threat. We've used another one to move. Now we've got 2 more wilds, and I think I'm just going to get straight into it and try and get rid of this. So at least then we can be rescuing civilians and feel like we're contributing towards something. So we're just 1 away from here. So we're back to Shang Chi before Kingpin has a turn. He's grabbed himself one of these. So that's both his martial artist cards we've got. I wonder if he's got 3 of these or if he has 2. Now we've got a... Oh, interesting. So I think we're going to save those because they're not going to be that useful. But we've got these 2. So I could... We want to get... Oh man, I wish I could stay here. I suppose I could... Oh boy. What do we do? What do we do here? Alright. Did we punch? Because what we could do is we could use one of these wilds as a move to get him over here. We can then use the heroic to finish off the secrets, clearing that, which means then we can use heroics to actually rescue people, so we could do that. Meaning that the final heroic could be used to rescue this civilian here. Now, alternatively, we could play this card, which does the same thing as we're doing there, but we also get to punch this thug. The only thing is that's not really progressing the thug track, but it is just clearing that out. I suppose if we're... Here's the thing. If we could save the punch for hitting bad guys later, that's the other thing too. I was going to say, what we could do is, if we know that we're clearing the threats as a priority, and we know that we have basically essentially what we've sort of been locked into starting, rescuing civilians. So we're clearing the threats and rescuing civilians. That's 2 out of the 3 missions. That's all we really need to concentrate on. So we don't really need to be taking out the thugs and worrying about whether or not they're counting on this card, unless we're also going for that 3 mission boost as well at the end, which could, not a bad idea, but it's not as vital. So we could get away with just punching thugs just to keep the numbers down where we can. But I could save that punch for later, when we're actually, if we can get through these secrets quicker, we could use that punch. That could be the difference, later on. Oh boy. But it would be good just to sort of get some numbers down. I think I'm going to save that punch for later. Alright, let's see how we go. Ooh, although, hold on. If we give ourselves the punch in the next turn, who's coming next? Iron Fist. Where is he? Is he going to be in a position... He might want to come over here and start punching thugs, so maybe we will do that. Alright, talked myself in and out, back and forth. Alright, so here we go. So he's moved across. Let's make sure we're doing this legally. He's moved across. He's used his heroic to complete this mission here. We then rescue a civilian, and we... did we end up punching a thug? We did end up punching a thug, but that thug gets wasted. He just gets taken straight out. Okay, so we've got both of our heroes here. Now this is interesting. I've put them in the same spot. That could be dangerous if Kingpin lands on them. Okay, but at least that space is clear for overflowing. Okay, now it says here I may discard an action card to draw a... Discard an action token. Oh, discard an action token to draw a card. Well, I don't have any action tokens, so I cannot draw a card. Okay, well that's a moot point. Well, there you go. Shang Chi, I think his turn is ended. We are done. Okay, so 2 of the 4 threats taken care of, and we've made a very small start, just a drop in the ocean there, of rescuing the civilians, but we're underway. Okay, well, what's Kingpin going to do to respond to that? Let's have a look here. Let's see what he does. Please don't move 2. He's moving 0. Wow, he really likes that. Maybe he's been locked up. Maybe the police have caught him. Okay. Yeah, he's staying where he is. So it's essentially the same turn as we had before, isn't it? Because he's going to bam. Except he's not going to drop any civilians or thugs anyway, but he wouldn't have been able to anyway, but they wouldn't have overflowed, there wouldn't have been any effect of overflowing there. So it's essentially just a nothing turn. Oh, hold on a second. My mistake. I think last time Kingpin went, we missed Bullseye's bam. I think it's because I looked at Bullseye and he wasn't going to hit any of our heroes. I discounted him, but he also damages civilians. So discard a civilian from each of these locations without... So this civilian gets discarded, and this one, and then this turn, he's essentially removed all of those civilians. Now that's bad, because if we're relying on civilians to be the thing that we do to work on this, now we have to wait and see, hopefully, if Kingpin drop small civilians and rescue them before Bullseye actually takes them out. Oh, that's a bit of a wrinkle, isn't it? Okay, well, that is what it is. But if we keep tracking around this way and we remove these, then I guess we can be taking out thugs. We can pivot, but that's just going to take us longer. But well, I've got a feeling we're not going to have very long. I think this is, we need to get this over and done with quickly. So that could be bad. All right, so that wasn't too bad, but also that was not what I was hoping for, and just in terms of needing some civilians there to rescue. Okay. All right, Kingpin, I see what you're up to. You're trying to act all innocent over there. Now, not Shang-Chi's turn, it's Iron Fist's turn. All right, here we go. So, Iron Fist just drew a heroic and a punch. So he's got 2 heroics and punches now, and he's got a single heroic plus that sort of punch there. So, interesting. Deal double punch, split as you like in your and adjacent locations. I prefer to save that, so I think what we're going to do... Oh, we do need to move him though, don't we? Oh. Yikes, okay. Well, this is not too bad. I was planning on doing a little bit of punching, but we do need to keep moving. So what I'm going to do, let's go... Because it's the only card I've got with movement, and we didn't play a movement card here, so this is going to let us move, and it's also going to let Shang-Chi move in his turn, which we looks like we need. Oh no, I've just noticed this is a 2, and the last card that he moved to a spot, it said go to the lowest location. So unless there's some that also say go to the highest location, that change up the way he goes, he might land here as his next spot. So if we leave our characters here, we know they're going to get hit. But I don't know that there's much we can do about that. So let's move Iron Fist in. Because we've just got to keep progressing here. Let's do 2 punches. So we'll get rid of 2. That's just sort of knocks that down a little bit. We don't get to count that for anything, which is a shame. We will put a heroic down though. Let's do that. Or should I rescue? But we've got to get rid of these threats, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Interesting, I hope that's enough guys that have... Oh boy, okay. Yep, talking to myself, but that's the whole point, right? I've got to talk to myself so you guys know what I'm doing. So we've just drawn that. It's a movement and a star, so that's kind of handy, I guess, in that it gives us another movement. It means that Shang-Chi can actually move out of that spot now too. Interesting. And we've got... it's only the 1 heroic though, which is a shame. Alright, well let's see what we can do here. He can move twice. So he can move here. He can place a heroic down. Oh, if only I had 1 more. He can punch this thug. He can move again. Where's he going to go? Does he go here? I do want to move him. Should I have played something different? No, we want to save these punches for taking out Kingpin, I think. But should I have played this so that do I need this movement? This extra movement? Yeah, I think I should keep the movement there because that's giving Iron Fist... Yeah, he doesn't have any movement unless he draws it. He's going to need that movement himself just to get out of this spot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him here. Kingpin's already moved to 1 location... Well, he's had 1 location where he stayed there essentially because he was going to location 1. He's also used up a card where he doesn't move at all. And I'm wondering, unless he's got a bunch of those where he doesn't move, I'm hoping that we've seen most of the cards where he would have just stayed where he was. I'm hoping that he's more likely to move away. and we don't quite have the movement to get over here and actually, reveal the top card and see exactly what he would be doing. Okay, reveal the top card of the master plan deck. You may place it on the bottom. That's such a good ability. All right. Yeah, so we'll use that last movement to move here. It does put us in a bit of danger from Bullseye, but I think we just have to. Deal with that. Okay. Now the good news is, no matter what Iron Fist does now, we've got a heroic to clear this. So Iron Fist can do that and then sort of do his own thing after that. So, ooh, okay, what is he going to do? Ooh. That's interesting. All right, because sorry, I went a bit quiet there for a little while, but deal. So this one here, the deal 2 damage. I'm wanting to save a bunch of these cards for Kingpin, but I'm also thinking, look, we're probably going to be going for these threats here, but maybe if we're not that worried about taking out thugs, because we want to save our punches for Kingpin, or do we? I guess we just have to take. Because there are a lot of thugs over here. Maybe we could work on them, but if we get rid of Bullseye as well, like either we ignore actually going for clearing both of these and just go for Bullseye, because he's such a danger. Like, he sort of makes this whole area really dangerous to be in. And when we're hunting down Kingpin, we don't want to have to stay away from this area completely, I guess. So if we can just deal straight up 2 damage to Bullseye and then try and take him out as a priority after clearing this one, that could be useful. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. So we're going to clear this one. Oh. Oh, interesting. This throws a spanner in the works. Okay, so we're using the heroic for this location. If we stayed where we were, if we stay here, we can add one civilian to any location, then rescue one civilian, so we'd be able to put more civilians out and rescue one as well, which is kind of what we need to be doing, but I've just played that card and it just seems like a complete waste not to use it to its full ability. Although I could do this and punch these 2 civilians, these 2 thugs. I could use this to punch the 2 thugs here. But if I'm not going to move, I'd be using the heroic just to rescue this guy anyway, wouldn't I? I think I've got to keep moving. This might be a mistake. This could be a really useful thing. Maybe I can come back and use this location. That might be an idea. Okay, let's... we're going to put ourselves in the same spot here. That could be dangerous. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's move. Let's move him over here. I think we're both about to take a hit from Bullseye, but I think it's worth it. We're going to do 2 damage to Bullseye, so he gets taken out. Not taken out, sorry. He gets damaged. But we'll play our last heroic. So we've done 1 heroic over here. Done our 2 punches onto Bullseye. We've done our 1 movement from Shang Chi's backup card there, and we're also going to use his heroic to get started on this one. So that way we're sort of working on 2. We sort of don't really need to be working on, I forgot to put that over here, so now we've actually got 3 of the threats cleared. We don't really need to be working on both of those threat cards, but which is a good point actually. If that's the case, maybe before moving, instead of placing this one here, it's just, I sort of like the idea of getting rid of this thread as well, so I can start going for thugs if I need to. But then I think I'm focusing too much. I really am going to need to start taking out some, because there's no civilians around anywhere where I am at the moment. So once I take out Bullseye, he's going to be under pressure, and I'm not going to be able to actually progress this one. So maybe I should be, I was going to say, rescuing him, but I think maybe I do have to start taking out these thugs as well. Alright, well, let's keep going. Because I like the idea of rescuing him too. Okay. I mean, maybe Kingpin will start putting civilians out and I can rescue them. I suppose both heroes are here, so what I can do, I'll rescue this civilian since I know that I'm after that. And then I can start working on this if I need to. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, back and forth. I keep talking myself in circles here. Alright, Mr. Kingpin, what are you doing? Oh, he is dropping... oh, wow, he's moving 4. He's not bamming. He's not picking anything up, and he's dropping civilians. The only thing is he's dropping civilians on the other side of the board. Where's he going? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's dropping 2 over here. But better than nothing, right? Better than being hit, better than being bammed, and all that sort of stuff. So, and I think he puts 1 on either side. So 1 over here, and 1 over here. If only I had a teleporting location, that would be good. So there you go, that's what he's doing. Interesting. Not sure what you're up to here, Kingpin. Is this part of a long play? What's going on here? Okay, so, wow, yeah, Bullseye doesn't do anything, Kingpin doesn't do anything, there's no BAMs happening. Whose turn is it? Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, so it's Shang-Chi. Yeah, he's got, what did he just draw there? Oh, he just drew his 3rd martial artist card, so he's got all 3 of these out now. So if I start getting damage, that's not great, but this is, what a shame. Because these would be good if I had played a punch there. Oh man, these are the only ones that have punches too. Gosh, so I'm sort of, either way I'm wasting them, aren't I? Unless... oh man, okay. So Shang-Chi could just put 2 stars out using Iron Fist, and himself put 2 heroic tokens into play, and that's all he does. What's Iron Fist got? He's got a couple of... Why does Iron Fist only have 2 cards? I must have forgotten to draw 1 in his turn? Is it? Yeah, must have. What about... Wait, where are my cards? What's going on here? I must have forgotten to draw a card for Iron Fist, so we'll just... There we go, he's got his other chi augmentation as well. So I guess that doesn't change what I would have done. Oh, okay. So, Iron Fist... So if I do that, I'll be putting those 2 together. He could then finish off with his card, but he wouldn't be able to take out Bullseye. But I would get 1 more turn with Shang-Chi. Oh no, I wouldn't, because by that point I think I would have cleared this one. Trying to think of a clever way to do this. Because ideally I think I'd prefer to take out Bullseye first before clearing the connection one with the thugs, just so I'm not getting hit by bullseye. So let's do that. Let's move. Boy, oh boy. All right, let's move, and it's a bit of a waste of this card, but I've got two others in my hand. Double each thingy, so that on the previous card, yeah, I can do a move, a punch, and a move, a punch, and a thingy, which will let me finish off bullseye with Iron Fist. So move, a punch, and a star. So let's move, punch him for one. Now the question is, do I put the star on this one before I move, the heroic, or do I rescue? I think I'm going to rescue, because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 civilians. That's interesting, actually. So we do need Kingpin. Well, there's not enough thugs, actually. We wouldn't be able to complete that. Either way, we need more thugs and more civilians on the board before we can think about putting Kingpin into vulnerable state. We can we can certainly make him under pressure, which is not great, but we're going to need more thugs and civilians, so we'll see how we go. Oh gosh, I'm nervous about, we need those civilians coming out, don't we? Right, so he's moving there. Then we're going to use Iron Fist. So Iron Fist is going to draw this. He's got a move and a punch. So, boy, oh boy, oh man. Let's do the move. Let's do this, because we've got the move and the punch, but we don't have any way to, oh no, what have I done with Shang Chi? Can he move the next turn? He can, yeah, alright. Yeah, let's work on this if we can. So, just in case, leave that as a backup plan. So he's going to put that there. He's going to move. He's going to do 2 punches, which will finish off bullseye. There we go. Gets rid of him. That completes 1 mission. Alright, so now Kingpin is under threat, which means he's going to go now, which is not great. But let's just make sure I've done everything there. So I moved, I did a double punch on this guy, then I also did a heroic here. What does this say? You may move up to 2 civilians or 2 thugs in any combination from this location to other locations. Oh, that's interesting. So I could say put 1 here and 1 here, just to sort of spread the load a little bit there. Is that a good thing to do? I don't know. Okay, I guess. Move up to 2. Yeah, to any other location. I don't know if that did anything, but may as well use it, right? Okay, Kingpin. Let's see what he does. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to advance the plan. So where's he going? He's going over here. Is that right? Oh, better read it actually, because he could be going to the highest location, or it could specify lowest number. So I'll hold that up again. I didn't really hold that up long enough for you guys to read properly. Alright, so he's going to go to the lowest numbered location. So he goes there, he discards it. So that's 2 out of his 3. Discarded, bam. So luckily we're out of that location, and luckily Bullseye is gone too, but he's going to drop a... Oh no, he's going to drop a ton of thugs. We chose the wrong one. So he's putting 2 in each one around him. 1, 2... Ooh, maybe we shouldn't have spread the thugs out over here, right? Uh-oh. Got a feeling these are going to fill up quick. Okay, 1, 2... Okay. Ah, man, look at all these thugs. We target-rich environment if we were going for them. Maybe we'll have to turn back around and finish this off. Oh boy, what are we going to do? And look at all these full locations now too. It's getting a bit dangerous. So, bam, bam, bam. I think that's it. All right. So, who's next? Who is next? It is Shang-Chi. So let's draw a card. Well, it's a single punch. That's not great. So he's got these martial artist ones. So he could go in and do a bunch of punching on these thugs, but that doesn't do much. What have we got? Oh no, we do. We've got that star which isn't doing anything. Oh, this is a bit garbage. Alright, what are we going to do? No. Well, let's get some stars. Well, in the interest of... We don't have much movement. We don't have... Because I've got 2... if I don't move, I've got 2 stars, 2 heroics, which isn't going to do anything in the location I'm at. I've got a single punch. If I'm just punching, guys, that's not doing anything, so I may as well use the star, because I've got to move. I could use the movement to move this way, rescue a single guy, and then do a bunch of punching and get rid of these guys, or I could come back this way and keep working on the heroic. Oh boy, I think... I'm so close to the civilians. I think I've got to hope that he puts a... He's going to be going pretty quickly now, so hopefully he's going to put out a civilian at some point. So let's keep going this way. Let's use... Because we've only got the 1 star anyway. We may as well use it to progress this. Had I already rescued him? I hope so. I hope I didn't pick up an extra one just then. No, I think that's right. Okay. So he's going to head over here. Is it Shang-Chi? Yeah. So he's moving to get to this location. He's doing his heroic to rescue that guy there. He's now going to do... Wow, can he do that many punches? Double each punch on the previous storyline. Wow, so he can do this punch over here. Get rid of him. So it's not helping the thugs thing, but it is at least clearing threats, I guess. And then he can double this punch, so he can double for 2. So there you go. Oh, and I should have taken Bullseye out, shouldn't I? Haha. Alright, so they're gone. So he did 1 punch in his previous location. This got doubled to 2, so he punched 2 thugs out here. Yeah. I think we're good. Alright, so Shang-Chi... Oh, no, hold on a second. Hold on a second. No, I'm cheating because these guys count as 2. Sorry, guys. So the double punch was enough to take out 1, not 2 of them, but better than nothing, I guess. Okay. Because I could have gone that way and maybe taken more out, but now we're a bit closer to this. We've just got to get 4 more of these. There's only 3 here, but yeah. Alright. We get 1 more turn before Kingpin goes, so Iron Fist has got a wild there. If you can see that, sorry. There we go. Okay. So what's Shang-Chi? He's got a movement. Sorry, Iron Fist. Iron Fist has got a movement. Where do we need to get to? We need to get over here to start rescuing. Oh no. I don't have anything to rescue with. I mean, I do. But not enough to get there and rescue. But what I could do is I could move on the way So I could move twice and on the way do a double punch to take out one more of these guys. I feel like I'm spending a lot of punches not doing much, but that gets me in this position at least. Now I can, Iron Fist, who does have a bunch of stars, heroics, he can start rescuing here if he needs to. Ooh, and Kingpin, that's where he's going next. But I can reveal the top card. So, well, sorry, that's where he's going next. Sorry, I should say. We don't know that for sure, but that seems to be the pattern. If he draws one of these Advance the Plan cards, that's probably where he's going. But let's see what he does. So we get to look at this one and decide if this is the one we want. So this is a 5. Oh, and he's dropping civilians. It could be an overflow let's have a look. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to drop civilians here and here. Boy, interesting. Okay. That's not too bad because he doesn't hurt us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He tries to put a bunch of guys out. It doesn't overflow too bad. It looks like he puts the thugs down first. So this one where he doesn't quite get to fill them up, he starts with the thug. He's not going to do anything here, but he is going to put a thug and then 2 civilians here, which is just what we need. I mean, ideally it would have been nicer to have them here, but I think we'll keep that one. I don't think, because it doesn't hurt us too much, and yeah, that's okay. Alright, so we're on to Shang-Chi. Let's get him. So we've got the movement we need, so that's alright. What did we just draw? I'm not sure. So if you guys can remember what I had, this is what I've got at the moment. None of these are special cards except for this one on top. So hopefully you can read that. Okay. So the name of the game here is what? Rescuing, if we can. We want to rescue as fast as possible. So let's see. If we put a rescue out, that lets us rescue 1 civilian, and then as long as Iron Fist gets 2 stars, he could. Oh, he doesn't have 2 stars. I was going to say he could finish it off in his turn, but he's only got the 1 star on each of those cards. Do I have any of these that give me 2 stars? No. I think this is the best we're going to get. I don't want to use up these yet. The wild might be necessary for hunting down Kingpin, so I think this is what we need. So we're going to move, punch, and heroic. So let's move. Oh, interesting. So okay. So we're going to move. We're going to heroic, rescue this guy. Oh, I don't know why I thought. Yeah, Iron Fist wasn't going to be able to rescue that many guys this turn anyway. I don't know why I thought I had that few guys to rescue. Okay, so he's going to move in, rescue. He's going to also punch this thug out. What a waste of punches. Alright, and now he can move up to 2 civilians or thugs in any combination from this location. I don't think I want to move that civilian because I'm going to need at least 1 more civilian in that location for Shang-Chi to punch if Iron Fist can't take out enough thugs himself. So I think I'm going to leave it. Alright, Iron Fist. Oopsie daisy. Wrong. Wait. What am I doing? Okay. So it's Iron Fist's turn. Draw from this deck. He's got himself a star, but only a single one, so. Well, in that case, what's going to happen here? We need the single star. Is this Iron Fist? To do 2 rescues, which isn't going to make him vulnerable yet. So we do need to leave another star so that Shang-Chi can do that, and then maybe do some more attacking later in his turn. So let's not spend any of these punches just yet. So Iron Fist is just going to rescue 2 civilians, but more importantly, he's going to get to see what Kingpin's up to again. So let's have a look here. He is going to advance the plan. So this, what would this do? This would move Kingpin to Iron Fist's location. Is that right? Because Iron Fist is at the 3? Yeah. He would put thugs on either of these 2 locations on either side, which doesn't do anything too bad, but he is going to do a damage to Iron Fist. Right. But that would put him in Iron Fist's location, which would mean Iron Fist would get to use his attacks against him as long as he's vulnerable by the next time Iron Fist has a turn, which I think he would be. And it also places him... it doesn't place him close enough. Doesn't place him close enough for Shang Chi to do anything. Because Shang Chi is the one who's going to need to rescue that civilian. And he's not going to be able to do anything. But Iron Fist would. Boy, okay. But at least otherwise we don't know where he's going to go. This way we're taking a hit, but is it in service of at least knocking him down to 4 health? Oh, boy. Otherwise, where is he going to end up? We don't know where. He could end up landing on Shang-Chi and then Iron Fist. Shang-Chi could... He could end up right over here where neither of us can get to him, or at least we know Iron Fist can get to him. So I think I'm going to take it, and that way Iron Fist can stay. Maybe, okay. This could be a bad move, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay where I am. So we'll let Kingpin actually have that move. So he's going to come to the bugle. Maybe we're setting a trap. Yeah, we'll say come to the bugle, and we'll deal with you here. All right. So he the other thing we're doing is we're advancing the plan, aren't we? So then maybe that's not a smart move, but yeah, he's going to put 2 thugs out on either side. Then he's going to deal a damage, and we will lose. Oh boy. Let's lose this one because this can be anything, and we don't really need stars anymore. So this can be anything. It may as well be a. Yeah. Okay. We need that. We need that for potential movement. Okay. Need that heroic. Sorry, the wild, I should say. All right. Deal damage split as you like in your adjacent locations. Yeah, we need that one too. That's the one that's going to damage Kingpin. Okay. So we've taken some damage. Kingpin's had a turn. He's dropped his guys off. We should have actually done the damage first and then put the guys down, but that's, in this case, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we're going to go with Shang-Chi's turn. What does he get? He gets a punch, a star. Well, let's do this. Let's put the punch and the star out, because that's going to give Iron Fist more punches, right? So we've got 2 heroics and... Oh, wait, can we put more punches out? More punches? Because this star... We don't need the other star. Maybe we'll save the star for like on a turn where we could clear out more stars later on. Let's just put the single punch out, because that's all we're going to need from our turn. I suppose we could use the other star to rescue this guy to clear that one, but... which isn't a bad idea. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, sorry. Let's do this. Alright, so let's use our... Oh no, but that's a... Oh, sorry. That is a waste, isn't it? Because now we've got a star that we're not using yet. Sorry. Alright, here we go. Okay. He's going to go rescue. That clears that threat. Woohoo! Now Kingpin is vulnerable. Take that, Kingpin. Alright. And... we are So that's all we're doing really, isn't it? So we did a rescue and we did a punch. We can move guys from this location, but there's no one there. So we're sitting, we're done. Okay. Now, Iron Fist is going to have a turn. He's got a chi augmentation, so we're going to use that. Oh, and that comes with a star anyway, doesn't it? Okay. So he's going to rescue this guy just for the sake of keeping locations down, or at least 2 locations. Everywhere else is pretty full, which is a bit scary. Because as much as we've been able to stop ourselves from being KO'd so far, this could get quite dangerous quite quickly. Then we need to start... Oh, you know what I didn't think about? We need to start playing movements. Because what's Shang-Chi? At least he does have a movement there, doesn't he? Okay. Now we're going to deal double punches, split as you like, in your and adjacent locations. Okay. So he's going to... So he's done his rescue. He's now going to do 3 punches because he's got the 2 punches from chi augmentation, plus he's got Shang-Chi's flying nunchucks there that come in and take him out. Alright, so that's 3 hits. He's down to 3. Okay. But Kingpin... Oh! Kingpin is going to get to go, but we get to look at the top card. This is a great place to camp. Alright. This is what we should have been doing the whole time. Okay. Here we go. What's he going to do? Or what does he want to do? Let's see if we can let him do this. He wants to move 3. And he wants to bam. Right. He wants to put civilians out. So the civilians are going to fill up here. He's going to overflow over here, which won't hurt us. So what he would do is he would move here. He would bam, which wouldn't hurt us. He would essentially just put 2 civilians down here with that location dropping there. And that would put him in a position for Shang-Chi to be able to move in, which he does have, and do a single punch, which isn't great, because unfortunately the card we played previously with Iron Fist, we didn't have any punches really to pull this off. If we'd had a punch, that would have been it really, that would have been all she wrote, but at least we can keep the pressure on him and do some damage. And then that's going to allow Iron Fist to, in his turn, to have a move and a punch. But that's not going to do anything. What? Sorry, hold on. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. I don't know what Iron Fist is going to do, but I think in the interest of keeping ourselves from progressing the master plan and keeping ourselves so that at least we know one of us can get a hit on him at least this turn, I think we're going to let Kingpin do that. This is really good, being able to control what Kingpin's doing. We've obviously got a mole on the inside here of his organisation. So let's do that. Yep, we did that. So we'll let him do that. So he's going to move 3. He does move over there. He's going to drop the 2 civilians down. We just got to take him out before he really fills up all these locations. Okay. Trouble is he's a bit far away for Iron Fist to do anything now, but yeah, we'll see. So, oh, and we are running out of cards too. Holy moly. Uh-oh. Shang-Chi, he's got this movement and a punch. So we don't have to waste this one, double each attack on the previous hero card in the storyline. Let's put this one into play. So he's going to move and punch. He can rescue this guy. We could put another star on here, I guess, but I don't think it's going to matter. We don't have time to really worry about that. Oh, unless we can unlock this ability. Maybe that ability could be good, but then it might also be good to have one of these locations free. Let's rescue this guy. We don't want to get overflowed. Okay, so we're rescuing him, moving in and doing a punch on Kingpin. We've got to do 2 more. Can we do it? Oh goodness. Alright. Problem is, Iron Fist, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything this turn. Need to get another movement. Oh no, we don't have another movement. That's a shame. Because I think if we'd had another movement, that would have been enough, because we would have been able to move once, twice, and then do the adjacent punching. It's that chi augmentation. So if we don't have the movement to do that, I think what we need to do is almost, oh boy. I was going to say we can wait. So basically I want to stay here so we can at least use that ability to see what Kingpin's going to do. So we could play the punch down, but that's not going to help Shang-Chi. If Kingpin can move to a spot where like Shang-Chi is like one away from being able to move in and do some punching or something, then I think I'd rather put the oh man, although if he can use his martial arts power there, maybe we should use the punch, because he does have a movement. Let's do that. Let's put the punch in and hope that Shang-Chi can use the martial artist card. Alright, that's my Hail Mary play. Alright, here we go. So, he's essentially not doing anything. Because if I move and take out some of these thugs, then I don't get to see what he's doing, and that's what's keeping us in this, I think. So let's see what he's going to do. Okay. So, he's going to move twice, and bam. Ah, what a shame. We should have used the, no. Should have used the wild for the movement. Okay. But, because that means Shang-Chi is not going to get to do anything unless... No, he's not. Because he's going to move. He could take out a bunch of thugs. But do we have enough? I think it's a moot point, because I think Iron Fist, no matter what happens here, if we play this, we're not worried about Shang-Chi's turn. I think Iron Fist gets to do the business. So let's do this. Alright, here we go. Kingpin. Yeah, you chose the wrong police station to meddle with. Okay, it looks like obviously you're a double agent. We had a double agent. So here we go. He's going to place that. He's going to go 1, 2. He is going to try and bam us. Doesn't happen. He's going to place some thugs down. He's going to overflow. Doesn't hurt us. Puts one civilian in this location. Doesn't hurt us again. Now, Shang-Chi. We've got our last card here, which is just a single one of these. Now, he can't do anything to, as far as I can tell, he doesn't have enough movement to get towards Kingpin here, but he does have enough punches to do a lot of damage to all these thugs. So let's do it. He's got so he's going to double the last punch in his previous location, so that becomes 2, and then he's also going to get a punch from here, so he gets to do 3 damage. So let's punch out a thug here. Let's move over here and punch out 2 troublemakers on the bridge. Still not going towards anything. It's been a real weird game with these thugs, but we certainly seem to have been taking them out a lot, and also being able to do a lot of damage to Kingpin and Bullseye. So these guys do dish out a lot of hurt. These 2. So we've done that. So that doesn't do anything for us, but that card alone is all we needed to move in and punch Kingpin. And then Iron Fist also would have just been able to stay where he is and take him out with those adjacent punches as well. We'll just draw his final card. It's just a single movement. So I think, how are we going to take him out? Should we definitely use this chi augmentation? But how are we going to do it? Let's should we just sit back and fire off an article at him, an angry tweet, or should we move in, oh, hold on, no, it's not enough. I thought, sorry guys, we are going to have to use this one. I was thinking for some reason that Kingpin was on 1 damage, but he's on 2. So we are going to need more than just this single punch. So yeah, let's move in. We'll use a single punch, and we'll also do. Let's split this damage as we like. Let's take out another character on the bridge in an adjacent location, and let's also do the final damage to Kingpin. So down he goes, cops the Iron Fist, and that is the end of the game. Well, that was an interesting one. It sort of felt stressful, but it never really. We didn't get under pressure too much, did we? We managed to. I don't know. I'm not sure that unless Kingpin's a fairly easy one, or maybe he's a bit of a random one where, depending, I guess a lot of the villains are like that, right? You know, depending on the way that their master plan deck comes out, you can really just get steamrolled, or you can be going really well and all of a sudden it all falls apart. But yeah, I'm not sure what the secret to our success was there. I think definitely you absolutely have to clear at least one of the 2 of those secrets or connections so that you can work on 2 missions. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to complete any of the other missions there. So, yeah, so that was good. And then I think maybe the key was not also trying to unlock the thugs, because all you need to do is unlock one of those 2, and then you can work on that other mission. Saving you time on that, and I think I guess we were lucky that, and it looks like he has a bit of a mix, so I guess we're not that. I guess it was, it sort of comes out like that anyway. But we were lucky that enough civilians came out in time, not too far into his under pressure period, so we were able to sort of complete that, and then start working on him. Yeah, so that was pretty good, and I think we were really lucky having that location where it was, and having those civilians turn up in that location when they did, because that's where we needed to be to take them out, and then that happened just to be a spot that we could just sit with Iron Fist, and he was able to just dictate the rest of the game from there. That's what sort of kept us in it. But I think I was wondering, so obviously that's how we did sort of take him down, but I was wondering, how did we get to that point? Obviously that point that things really were looking good, but how did we sort of get there and looking in such good condition? And I think it was a combination of just working on that connections one, or no, was it connections or secrets maybe? And yeah, that was good. I think taking out Bullseye was key too, because that allowed us free reign to go where we wanted without being hit by him. Because as you can see, even taking 1 damage there was putting us sort of, we didn't have as many options there as we could have. So yeah, well, I really enjoyed that one. That was great, good fun, great to get the game out again. I'm really excited because I've just received word. Finally, the looks like that last sort of shipment or container of US products are starting to be sent out. I think CMON sent a message saying that they were basically taking over and going to send the stuff out themselves. They've had it shipped back to their warehouse, I think. And I've been waiting on some expansions through the Game Steward. I didn't order First Class or Phoenix 5 with the Kickstarter, and I was sort of kicking myself for doing that, so I ordered them through Game Steward, and then I was really worried that they just had got lost. It didn't seem like this extra shipment was ever going to arrive, so I was like, oh no, they're going to, any day now I'm going to get a email from Game Steward saying, sorry, we have to refund your thing because these things are just never showing up. But just got an email saying, we're sending them out now, so, or, getting ready to send them out, so they've arrived in the warehouse. So yeah, excited about that. And so if you're someone in the States, at least, I think there are some other places that are still waiting as well, but if you're in the States and you're still waiting on some product, the good news is it looks like things are starting to move, and if you've got an order from Game Steward and that sort of thing as well, it looks like that's starting to move as well. So yeah, really, really good fun. I think next up, I don't know when I'll be able to do another game next, but I think the plan will be maybe to shift into the X-Men set and do another game with them. And I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but if you are after some really good Marvel United content, Kanji Studios, and I think it's the One Stop Co-op shop, currently going through a campaign where they're sort of playing together, sort of alternating back and forth, across the 2 different channels, going through the big, huge map campaign that I forget who it was, but there's a really awesome BGG user on Board Game Geek who has put together a massive crossover campaign. They did a campaign with the original set, and then now they've added all the X-Men content as well. So you can play on this big map and sort of unlock different paths and sort of play through this big story where you're fighting all the different bad guys and earning, instead of being able to start with all your heroes, you sort of unlock them as you go through this map sort of thing. So yeah, those 2 channels are starting up a campaign and playing that through on their channel. So yeah, if you're looking for some fun games that follow a big campaign, that might be one to check out as well. So yeah, definitely lots of good Marvel United content out there. So I'm still really enjoying this game. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well, and hopefully you enjoyed this game. It wasn't too rambly. So hey, have a great one, and yeah, Maple Monkey out. See you guys.